second half of tonight's Snarl in Tokyo. Just about to get rolling here, and we've got some great matchups standing by, including 3 big ladies division matches.
Which will include some stars we haven't seen before in RWL. And we're wrapping up with a tag team main event featuring the undisputed World Tag Champions, John and Guy, the originals. It's just a great lineup all the way around.
It's definitely been a cut above the usual, because like I said, the Japan tour only happens once a year, and it always seems to deliver something new and exciting.
That it does, Mr. Cardell. Well, let's get things underway with our second half. Tell them all about it, Wally.
Okay, in the Snarl tradition of bringing you wrestling you won't find everywhere else, a ladies matchup, setting former ladies legends champion Asuka, set to lock up with AEW's TBS Women's Champ, Mercedes Moné, in yet another first-of-its-kind contest.
Well, here's an interesting little tidbit. During the intermission, I got a text from Danielle. Says she met Mercedes Moné backstage, and that Mercedes Moné had 2 words for her, and they weren't happy birthday, and she is not a happy person.
Wow. Guess the rumors regarding her attitude problem aren't rumors after all.
Nothing I can do about it. That's Japan 5-star's problem.
Our second half opening non-title contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from Kyoto, Japan, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
Well, she was at one time the RWL Ladies Legends Champion until Patty Powers made the scene. And Asuka, who's been gone for a little while, is back tonight as part of the RWL Japan 5-Star Collaborative Tour. And she's going to be going one-on-one against the one and only Mercedes Moné.
I don't even know what to say to that. Seems Mr. Torihata of Japan 5-Star is also doing his share to make this year's tour as interesting and exciting as possible.
Hey, we only get to do this once a year. Go big or go home is what I say, and I have no intention of going home till this tour has had its last match.
Massachusetts. She's the EW TBS Women's Champion, the CA Mercedes Moné.
Guys, it is probably not easy to be a champion in 3 individual promotions, but Mercedes Moné has somehow managed it. She's got that AEW TBS Championship, the NJPW Japan Strong Style Championship, and a British Championship that I've never even heard of before. But that notwithstanding, with all that success, apparently Mercedes Moné is about as popular as whooping cough in a daycare center. Oh, man. Well, I don't think she's got much of a chance against the former Ladies Legends Champion Asuka, but we'll just have to see how it all shakes out.
I'm leaning towards Asuka.
What a second half opener.
Guys, I'm just telling you, it's been match after match after match of good stuff. Tom Kanamura rings the bell. They come center ring, they lock up. Asuka goes behind on Mercedes Moné. Snapmare from Moné and into a rear chin lock. Moné drives a knee into the back of Asuka. Arm drag from the Empress of Tomorrow. They lock up again. Asuka going behind on Moné, takes her down to the mat. Moné back on her feet, goes behind on Asuka. And takes her down just the same into a headlock. Asuka back on her feet into a headlock here. Well, now this has been a good one so far. Hey, whip to the ropes. Moné counters with an elbow to the leg. Asuka counters with a kick to the midsection. Oh, and a Luthes press and hard right hands from the CEO, Mercedes Moné. Going for the cover, hooks the leg. One, and only a one. Asuka powering out pretty easy. Asuka back on her feet. Whipped to the corner by Mercedes Moné. Misses with the knee. Asuka gonna capitalize on a mistake. Whoa, that was beautiful. Oh, man, drives a knee into the arm of Mercedes Moné. Kick to the back. Asuka with an elbow. And look at this, Mercedes Moné slams the arm of Asuka. Mercedes Moné counters with a left. A kick countered by Asuka and taken down. Mercedes Moné back down on the mat again. Arm drag from Moné. Rounds up Asuka. Lines up the arm. Okay, well, here we go. Hammerlock, but Asuka with elbows to the midsection. Moné counters Asuka in the corner. A kick and a boot to the throat of Asuka. The Empress of Tomorrow having her share of problems here. Counters, escapes the corner. Misses with the dropkick. Mercedes Moné with a stomp. Moné. Oh man, double stomp to both knees. And driving an elbow into the leg of Asuka. The Empress of Tomorrow definitely having her issues here. A running bulldog from the CEO. Mercedes Moné follows up with a kick to the back. And a stomp to the midsection. And a slam of the head right into the canvas. Moné just parlaying all these moves together. Mercedes Moné all the way up on the top rope, getting ready to go high risk here. Asuka just back to her feet. Here we go. Asuka catches her and power bombs her. Well, that was not and a pin. But no, too close to the ropes. No good. Asuka gathers her up, but catches a jawjacker from Mercedes Moné. Moné whips her into the far corner, drives a knee into the chest of Asuka, takes her down on the mat. Moné drags her just about center ring, goes for the cover and hooks the leg. One, and only one. Asuka still way too resilient. Misses with the knee, does Mercedes Moné. Asuka back on her feet. Connects with a drop kick that time. Mercedes Moné. Oh, she caught a good one right there. Counters with a hard right to the midsection of Asuka. Sets her up with a winding neck breaker. Moné is swept to the canvas. The Empress of Tomorrow feeling it right here. Running clothesline. The second one. Oh man, swing and a miss from Moné and a kick to the chest. Down goes Mercedes Moné. Asuka rounds her up again. Oh, hard kick to the midsection. Here we go. Rebound off the ropes. And whoa! What a takedown right there. Asuka gathers her up. Whips Moné to the ropes. Moné counters with a hard right. Asuka counters with a kick. Moné counters with a kick to the back of the leg. Hard right spins Asuka around. Oh man, here we go. Double knees into the back and into the back statement, but too close to the ropes. Mercedes Moné submission will not work here. Not this time. Asuka counters with a dragon screw. Takes Mercedes Moné down to the canvas. Now Asuka smelling blood in the water here. Stalking Moné. Misses with the kick. Mercedes Moné again drives the knees into the back, right back into the bank statement, but again too close to the ropes. So that ain't happening. Mercedes Moné getting ready to go high risk. Here we go. Misses with the elbow. Asuka just got out of the way in time. Drives a knee into the head of Mercedes Moné. Asuka goes for the cover. 1, 2, and a 2. Well, that's as near to a fall as we've had so far. From the Empress of Tomorrow. Misses with the knee to the back. Mercedes Moné just a step too quick. Asuka whips Moné into the corner. Moné escapes the corner. Oh, man. Whoa. Now side suplex from Asuka. Stomp to the midsection. And now here we go. Look at this. Here we go. Asuka get ready to throw the switch. Boom. Snaps both arms. Nicely done. The former Ladies Legends Champion shoved to the mat by Mercedes Moné. Who seems to be a little bit too confident. Rounds up Asuka. Oh man, hard clothesline. Second hard clothesline. And a kick. That takes Asuka down to the mat. Asuka gathered up again by Mercedes Moné. A kick to the midsection. Lines her up. Oh man, running neckbreaker. As Mercedes Moné drags Asuka just about center ring. Goes for the cover and hooks the leg here. 1, 2, 3. Well, now Mercedes Moné pulling off an upset on Asuka by pinfall.
The time, 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Mercedes Moné. Shock ending there, as everyone was heavily favoring Asuka to bring Mercedes Moné to heel. But somehow, it didn't pan out quite that way, with the TBS Women's Champ turning the tables on Asuka, more or less out of nowhere.
As a guest of Japan 5-star boss Shiro Torihara, it's It's a safe bet that we'll be seeing the so-called CEO again soon. But if she's gonna be giving people attitude backstage, she might find herself in a nasty jam when she crosses the wrong one entirely.
Well, that's the moral of the story, Wally. F-A-F-O.
Well, despite her bad manners, Mercedes Moné, in this special appearance, manages an upset win over the Empress of Tomorrow. And hey, wouldn't you know, these fans are not thrilled with Moné or this win over Asuka.
Nor should they be expected to be, GB, but we'll be right back with more RWL Sn Rl when we come back from the break. Don't you go anywhere.
Coming up, a champion versus champion ladies matchup with Triple Crowner Liberty Bell Danielle locking up with the Japan 5-star women's champion, Lola Rivers.
Both ladies going into this match free of concern for their respective titles in what amounts to a goodwill exhibition between our two promotions.
This next non-title ladies match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, she's an RWL Triple Crown champion, the All-American Liberty Bell, Danielle Heathcote. Seems like Danielle is just fine, despite having been in a barn burner of a mixed tag with you against Valak and Amanda of the Sectarians, and she's looking all set to get it on against Japan 5, Stars Women's Champ, who, despite not having registered a win as part of this tour, has still impressed us with her abilities, giving the Women's World Champ Jeannie Parker an excellent match. With no title pressure on either lady here, look for both of them to cut loose in this match.
Well, it's no secret Danielle's a little bit nervous about this matchup with Lola Rivers, but I told her late, man, look, no matter what happens, just go out there, do your best, and have a good damn time.
And her opponent, from San Francisco, California, residing in Tokyo, Japan. She's the Japan 5-star wrestling women's champion, Lola Rivers.
Japanese-American Lola Rivers has faced the best Japan 5-star has had to offer, garnering for herself the women's championship in the promotion, holding onto her spot the last 12 months, and that's as dozen successful title defenses. So while she hasn't racked up any wins during the tour, Lola hasn't lost any matches when the title was at stake, so she's obviously not some amateur. And man alive, this champions duel is definitely one for the books.
I hope so, because chances are if it ain't, I'm probably not going to hear the end of it for a while. All right, well, here we go. Both ladies lined up. Referee Willie Johnson sounds the bell. Oh, man. Danielle charges her with a spear, takes Lola Rivers right down. Lola Rivers quickly counters with a kick to the leg of Danielle, locks her up. Kick to the midsection from Danielle Heathcote. Lola Rivers locks up Danielle. Double underhook suplex from Lola Rivers. Lola catching another kick to the midsection from Danielle, delivers another one, locks up Lola, whips Lola Rivers to the ropes, and a standing drop kick takes her down to the mat. Oh, look at this right here. Oh, man, that was nasty. Pretty cool move from Danielle. Don't think I've ever seen her do that one before. Huh. Oh, man, drives a knee into the side of the head of Lola Rivers, takes herself all the way up to the middle rope, and drives a knee into Lola's chest. Danielle going for a quick cover, one, but just one. Lola Rivers still in the game. Only been a minute into the match. Danielle moves back in. And look at this. Does it again. That's a nasty double knee snap right there. Lola Rivers misses with the kick. Danielle connects with a clothesline that takes Lola down again. Lola Rivers brought back to her feet. Danielle winding up the arm, brings her down to her hands and knees and stomps on the shoulder of Lola Rivers. Lola shoves Danielle down to the canvas, follows it up with a stomp to the head. Lola countered by Danielle, a couple of hard shots, a kick. Look at this. Setting her up. Oh, man, that was a nasty underhook powerbomb. That was pretty cool. Huh. Danielle with a stomp to the arm and a stomp to the leg of Lola Rivers. Danielle going to work. on the head and neck area. As the Japan 5-star women's champion Lola Rivers slams her head right back down to the mat. Lola counters with a kick to the head. Locks up Danielle. Whips her to the ropes. And a nasty spin kick that takes her down. Lola countered by Danielle. Lola counters Danielle. Whip to the far corner and a butt bump from Lola Rivers. And another. Danielle taking a step outside here, but Lola Rivers going to go all the way to the top. Getting ready to go high risk here. Waiting for Danielle to stand herself up. And here it goes. Oh, man. Nice missile drop kick from Lola Rivers. Lola counters Danielle with a hard forearm. Has her up over their shoulders in the fireman's carry, but Danielle delivering elbows to the side of the head. Backs Lola Rivers off. Series of hard rights. Stuns Lola Rivers. Danielle takes her down hard, man. Hard stomp to the arm. Danielle rounds her up again. Rolls Lola Rivers back inside the ring. Takes herself all the way up to the top and nails her with an elbow drop right across the back. Danielle again rolls her over and goes for the cover. 1, 2. Near fall. But Lola Rivers still in the game. Slowly getting back to her feet as Danielle's right there to help gather her up. Here we go into a sleeper hold. This could wrap things up right about here. Referee Willie Johnson watching the situation real careful. Lola Rivers struggling but counters with a jawjacker from behind. Stunning Danielle. Lola with a right and kick, another kick. Goes behind. German suplex. Now Lola Rivers battling back. Oh man, what a hard kick to the midsection. Lola Rivers rebounds off the ropes and nails her with another running kick. Down she goes. Lola Rivers going for a pin. 1, 2, and another near fall. But Danielle getting that left shoulder up just in time. Lola Rivers resumes her work. Oh, this is not good. She is stalking Danielle right here. Look at this. Whoa, quick counter from Danielle into an arm flip. That could have saved her right there. Danielle has her all the way up for the suplex, but no, Lola Rivers counters with a running bulldog, takes Danielle down to the mat. Hard kick to the back. Lola locks up Danielle, takes her over to the ropes. Up and over at the top rope and out onto the floor goes Lola Rivers. Danielle right on outside with her as the referee starts his count. Lola rolled back inside by Danielle. Well, look at that. She's feeling pretty spunky. All right, well, Lola Rivers waiting for Danielle to make her way back inside. Running clothesline takes her over the top rope and out onto the floor again. Yeah, and the tides keep changing in this one. As the referee initiates the count, the ladies staring at each other from both inside and outside the ring as Lola... Oh, man, here we go. Lola with a nice hip toss, judo style. A stomp to the head of Danielle. And wrist clutch stomps to the side of the head. Lola Rivers is known to use those feet. Hard stomp to the arm of Danielle Heathcote, a stomp to the midsection. Well, Danielle doesn't look like she's doing too good right now. And into an octopus stretch, a possible submission here. Lola Rivers not big on submissions, but this is one that she does really well. That octopus hold. But Danielle turns it into a sidewalk slam somehow. Lola Rivers can't believe it. Look at that. She came right back out and came right... Oh, man, look at the standing drop kick from Lola Rivers. A stomp to the midsection to Danielle on the outside. Fails to connect with the rolling elbow as again the referee starts his count. Danielle misses with the spear. Lola Rivers locks her up. Winds her up. Neck breaker drop. Oh, man, that was a harsh one. Lola Rivers again going into this octopus stretch on the outside. Possibly trying to wear Danielle down. Run down a little bit of time as the referee continues his count. Danielle again turns it into a sidewalk slam. Danielle makes her way back inside. Goading Lola Rivers to come on inside, and here she comes. Danielle catches a kick to the midsection. Delivers a kick to the midsection to Lola Rivers. Lola whip to the ropes and a spin kick That takes Lola down. Danielle quickly going for a cover here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, well now, Liberty Bell Danielle picks up a pinfall win over Lola Rivers.
The time, 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Liberty Bell Danielle.
Well, sir, I know somebody who's going to sleep real good tonight, securing the knowledge that she's racked up another win. During this Japan tour, she's always worried about her performance, guys, but she did not do too badly against Lola Rivers here, who definitely gave her a little bit of a run for her money. But Danielle, as you see right there, nailed Lola Rivers with that kick, went down for the 1, 2, 3, and that was it. We'll be back with some more RWL Ladies Tag Team action when we come back.
As we continue, a ladies tag match with the magnificent Sylvia Strong's team of Frankie Picone and Marta Gordon, Power and Beauty, facing the Japan 5-star ladies champs, Itsuki Yamazaki and Norio Tateno, the Jumping Bomb Angels.
You really should have let me handle that one, Johnny. You're partial.
I know. And so what?
All right, now that's the way you answer back, GB. I'm proud of you.
Okay, so Frankie and Marta clashed with the JBAS last week in Texas, winning a grueling battle with Yamazaki and Tatayo.
The next ladies tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Sylvia Strong, the team of Francis Frankie Picone and Marta Gordon Power and Beauty.
And the only reason we're back again this week with a rematch, well, that falls solely on the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Myron says the JBAs didn't ask for the rematch. They straight up insisted on it for this very week, no doubt thinking of that rich home field advantage. That being the case, the onus falls on Yamazaki and Tateno to bring the record between the two teams to a win apiece.
Well, to be fair, the Jumping Bomb Angels did give Power and Beauty quite a run for their money. That match running just about 13, 14 minutes or so. It was not an easy battle.
But here, check it out. Sylvia's dropped a voice note on my phone about this match.
Hey, cool. Well, nice to be a journalist with connections. Hit it.
Hey gang in the booth. I was just telling Johnny that while we respect the JBAs for being gutsy, I just can't forgive them for being fucking short-sighted. I got no idea what makes Tatino and Yamazaki believe shit is gonna be any fucking different from last week to this. Guys, listen fucking close to Aunt Sylvie, K. Frankie and Marta are about to hand the Jumping Bomb Angels their narrow little asses on a fucking charcuterie board, and you can fucking tell them I fucking said so.
Well, here's hoping neither the FCC nor YouTube screws with us for that one. Yeah, Johnny, you sure picked a winner and a beauty with Sylvia Strong, didn't you?
As JJ on Good Times once said, she's the hot sauce on my ribs.
Damn, Johnny, you have just been on a roll since we've been here. Japan has done wonders for you, son. Man.
All I know is, it's not gonna look good for the JBAs if they get whipped on a second time, especially in front of pretty sizable hometown crowd.
Sylvia's got definite plans for Power and Beauty, and she says this tour is going to be the start of a serious upward spiral for Frankie and Marta, and she's promised them a ladies tag title matchup. They can prove themselves up to the task. Against either Les Femmes or American Powers, she says it doesn't make a difference who the opponents are, just so long as she gets them to the dance. The rest is up to Power and Beauty. Their opponents, the Japan 5-star women's tag team champions, Itsuki Yamazaki and Norio Tatano, the Jumping Bomb Angels.
The Jumping Bomb Angels have been a big part of the Japan tour so far, having already made several appearances, including this one against Power and Beauty. And I can't really say I blame them for wanting this rematch immediately. I'm sure the JBAs are thinking strike while the iron is hot. Let's get him back in front of a hometown crowd. Will that work or not? I can't say.
Obviously, I'm in Frankie and Marta's corner in this one. But as we always point out, there's no such thing as a sure thing around here.
You got that right, Johnny. We have seen overconfidence blow up in people's faces around here more times than we can even count.
Well, let's check out if the home field theory advantage works for the Jumping Bomb Angels as Frankie Picone and Itsuki Yamazaki get us started here. Referee Tom Canamora sounds the bell. The ladies come center ring. They lock it up, collar and elbow. Headlock from Frankie Picone. Oh, Frankie really cinching in that headlock. Yamazaki pushes Frankie towards the ropes. Whipped off the ropes. They lock up again, collar and elbow. Oh. Yamazaki takes Frankie down and into a submission right out of the gate. JBA's not fooling around here. But Frankie Picone not fooling around either. Escapes the hold, gets back up on her feet. Misses with that running forearm. Nice counter from Frankie. Frankie whips Yamazaki into her team's corner. She rebounds out hard and backbreaker from Frankie Picone. Frankie drags Yamazaki. Flip over neck whip. Now, see what happens here. Oh man, nasty leg snap from Frankie Picone. Itsuki Yamazaki laid out. And here comes Marta Gordon on the tag. Marta Gordon moves in on Yamazaki. Yamazaki counters with a jawjacker and backs her off. Marta whipped to the JBA's corner. Kicks and counters and escapes. Yamazaki counters into a dragon sleeper. Escorting Marta headfirst into the turnbuckle. Marta again counters and escapes. Whips Yamazaki to her team's corner. Yamazaki kicks and counters. Marta Gordon counters with an elbow. Whips her right back into the corner again. And again she escapes the corner. And counter whips Marta Gordon into the JBA's corner. And again Marta Gordon escapes. Yamazaki counters. Nice fireman's carry. Quick counter from Yamazaki. Yamazaki whips Marta to her team's corner. And here's the tag. Rwl Tateno moving in. Oh, nasty double team here. Oh man, that was just gruesome. Oh, the JBA is definitely feeling a bit smug with a Tokyo crowd backing them up. Jawjacker from Marta Gordon. Marta catches a clubbing overhand right. Tateno with a wicked kick that takes Marta down, follows it up with a stomp to the midsection. Lines her up. Lines up both arms, gets ready to throw the switch, and oh man, Marta Gordon's in some pain right here. Stomp to the midsection. Rwl Tateno, real aggressive here. Man. Rounds up Marta Gordon. Marta whipped to the corner again from the JBA's, and another tag, and here comes Itsuki Yamazaki. And another nasty double team. Oh, whoa, man, what a nasty slam. Yamazaki covers one, but only a one. Frankie Picone there to break up the party. Tateno takes care of Frankie. Yamazaki catches a jawjacker from Marta Gordon. And look at this. Whoa, belly-to-belly suplex with a quick cover. 1, 2, but only a 2. Rwl Tateno saving the match for her team. Marta Gordon looking contemptuously. But Rwl Tateno now stalking Itsuki Yamazaki. Sylvia Strong just going nuts over there. Look at this. Pump handle slam from Marta Gordon. Dragging Itsuki Yamazaki just about center ring. Covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, and 3. Tateno's two-leg power and beauty win this matchup over the JBA's by pinfall. Let's get the official word from Buck Morton.
The time, 3 minutes and 56 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, power and beauty.
Well, just damn, the introductions lasted longer than the match.
What is the deal with Frankie and Marta? And what's Sylvia Strong been feeding those girls? That's another lightning round matchup from Frankie and Marta, and a second win over the Jumping Bomb Angels. I'll say, whatever Sylvia's doing to motivate power and beauty, it sure seems to be working like all get out. What a win.
Even I'm surprised by how quickly power and beauty dispatched the Jumping Bomb Angels here. But pleasantly, I think Sylvia Strong has some kind of gift, some kind of secret, that's made her stable the most successful in all of RWL.
Geez, 3 minutes and change. Power and Beauty now hold the records for some of the longest and shortest tag matches we've ever had. Their 7 years with the company are starting to shine through.
That's the way it happens sometimes. You know, diamonds in the rough when they get here, and next thing you know, they're tag team champions. Speaking of tag team champions, the Undisputed World Tag Team Champion Originals, when we return. Well, I don't know how many multiple doses of Sylvia Strong Johnny Bianco can handle, but she's back again, this time with John Van and Guy Cormier, the Undisputed World Tag Team Champions, the Originals, defending the titles against Rikishi and Samoa Joe.
Seriously, how much Sylvia can I handle? All you guys can dish out, and more besides.
Man, I don't think I've ever seen anyone bitten this bad.
The following tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit, and it is for the RWL Undisputed World Tag Team Championships. The challengers, at a combined weight of 675 pounds, the team of Rikishi and Samoa Joe. Hey, looky who's joining us for this one. Enjoying the trip, Myron?
Oh, you guys, you have no idea. Look, I love this Japan tour stuff. Alright, so look, I come in to give you a little bit of insight on how this one came along. Now everybody knows the Originals have whipped the world 3 times, that's what we say around here. Sylvia, John, and Guy, they all wanted something different, something we haven't done before, somebody they haven't faced before, for the titles. And so, you know, well, Joe and Rikishi haven't been doing too badly for themselves, and they were on board for it, so here we are.
It's definitely one we haven't seen before. These Samoan engines of destruction outweigh the Originals by a hefty margin, and I know John and Guy are stand-up brawlers, but I suppose it's another case of the stronghold raising the bar for themselves again. You got insights, GB. What do you think makes Sylvia do this?
Hang on, I love the sentence.
Their opponents, accompanied by Sylvia Strong, at a combined weight of 520 pounds, they are the RWL Undisputed World Tag Team Champions, the Chicago Hammer John Van, and the Staten Island Crippler, Guy Cormier. They are the Originals. We did talk about that, and I don't think it's off the record. But all the Stronghold wrestlers have this mindset of proving why they're the top thing in this promotion by not staying in a comfort zone or resting on their laurels. To quote Sylvie, even if you lose, you still ended up proving yourselves. And they all think like that. Super competitive bunch, all of them.
Well, I guess that's part of the way the Originals have held on to the Undisputed World Tag Team titles for all these years. We've gone back in the books, and that's exactly 6 years since the Originals won those belts when they unified the Northern and Southern Tag Team Championships. Yeah, and they held the Northern Tag Team Championships for 5 years before that.
You have got a memory and a half, Myron.
It's my job to know these things.
I'm taking Rikishi and Joe's stats into account and everything, but I'm still banking on John and Guy to retain the belts like they've been doing for so long.
Same for me. I'm like 98% sure they'll pull it off.
I'm with them. What do you think, Tex? Now forget about it. John and Guy are going to eat these guys' lunch. It is just like you said, Wally. This is one we don't see every day. Rikishi Fatu and the Chicago Hammer starting us off. Walt Rothburn sounds the bell. Here we go. They lock up. John Van whips Rikishi to the corner. Delivers a hard forearm. Rebounds off the ropes. Bulldog. Oh, man. John Van rounding up Rikishi Fatu. Counters with a jawjacker. Rikishi locks up, but John counters with another kick. A throat chop from Rikishi Fatu. Going for the slam. John Van thought different about it. John Van trying for some kind. Oh, Rikishi said no, not me either. Kick to the midsection. A couple of hard shots from the Chicago Hammer and a forearm backs Rikishi up a good step. Rikishi laid up against the ropes. John Van whips him off the ropes. Ducks under, rebounds himself, and boom! Whoa! Clothesline spins Rikishi rather sizable ass over tea kettle. And here comes the Staten Island Crippler John Cormier on the tag. Hard stomp to the midsection, a kick to the chest. Guy Cormier rounds up Rikishi. Rikishi, with a little do the hustle, winds up in the fireman's carry and a Samoan drop. Got Cormier. Rikishi missing with that leg drop, though. Hard overhand right from Guy Cormier. Guy making his way up topside. Rikishi making his way to the corner. Here comes Samoa Joe. And Guy Cormier locks it up with Samoa Joe. The Samoan submission machine has him up. Double knee breaker. Man. Unorthodox stuff from Samoa Joe. A jab, a chop. Rounds him up. Knee breaker. And twists the knee, too. He's going to wear out Guy Cormier's knees. That's the strategy. Stomp to the arm. Samoa Joe rounds him up. Whips Cormier into the far corner. Joe sits him up in the baby in the heart chair. Oh, man, look at this. Oh, man, what a buster. Boom. Oh, man. That's got to say. All right. Joe covers one. John Van saves the day here. Rikishi tries to show John Van the way out, but winds up giving him a shot to the back before he does. And look at this, Samoa Joe going for a cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Guy Cormier powering out of that pin. Knee to the head of Guy Cormier. Hard kick to the back from Samoa Joe. Meanwhile, Rikishi for 2 working on the Chicago Hammer on the outside. Up and over their shoulders goes, oh man, Samoa Joe. Hit first into the turnbuckle. Power work there from Guy Cormier. Driving a knee into the throat of Samoa Joe. Meanwhile, Rikishi for 2 on the outside with John Van. Suplex from Rikishi on John Van. Knuckles to the side of the head of Samoa Joe from Guy Cormier as both men from the outside make their way back to their tag corners. Samoa Joe taken down by Guy Cormier into a headlock. Cormier. Oh, look at this. Samoa Joe finds his way out. And John Van finds his way in. Joe back on his feet. John Van locks him up. Up over the shoulder. Hung up on the top rope. Down goes Samoa Joe. Oh, John Van missing with that fist drop. Hurt his hand. Kick to the midsection. They lock up again. John Van with a pretty good scoop slam. And that 300-plus pounder Samoa Joe. In comes Guy Cormier on the tag. Cormier slams the arm of Samoa Joe. More knuckles to the side of the head. Here we are back again. The originals firing on all cylinders here for sure. They lock it up. Cormier has him up over the shoulder, hangs him up off the top rope again. Man, Samoa Joe looking for the way out of town. Here comes John Van. Can he make it in time? Yes, he does. There's Rikishi for 2. Rikishi with a throat chop, a jab, a chop across the chest. Kick to the midsection from John Van. Right, a chop. Oh, man, Rikishi ducked that last one. Up over the shoulders, but John Van says, no, you don't. DDT. Right on the crown of Rikishi for 2. And a stomp to the head of Rikishi. The Chicago Hammer making his way topside. Boom! Crossbody, cover, 1. And only 1. Rikishi for 2. He's a powerful fella. Rikishi still laid out near center ring. John Van gonna try it again. Waiting for Rikishi for 2 to stand himself up. And here it goes. Whoa! Rikishi for 2 catches John Van. Has him up and pitches him like a bag of trash. Rikishi rounds up John Van. Has him up. Sidewalk slam from the rather sizable Samoan. Rikishi rounds him up. John Van up over the shoulders, but John Van going to get himself out of the fireman's carry with a series of shots to the head of Rikishi. Up over the shoulders goes Rikishi, and oh man, a knee into the gut. John Van gathers him up again. Oh man, whoa, man. A little bit of 2-in-1 there from John Van, who goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, 2, and no. Rikishi powering out again. Oh, Joe looking on. Oh, here we go. John Van locking in that brain claw. And here comes Samoa Joe to the rescue. That brain claw's won the originals a whole bunch of matches. John Van has to release that claw. Goes back to work on Rikishi. Leg breaker from John Van. And Rikishi definitely feeling that one in the knee. Here comes Guy Cormier on attack. Sylvia Strong just rallying the troops here. Stomp to the midsection. And here we go into a submission. I didn't notice it before, but Guy Cormier's bleeding. Rikishi for 2. In a fix here. Look at that clothesline. Takes down Samoa Joe. Guy Cormier ultimately releasing the hold. Delivers a stinging right to the head of Samoa Joe. And delivers an arm snap to Rikishi. Cormier drives a knee into the canvas. Takes himself out, and here comes John Van again. Rikishi taking a beating on them knees. Now John Van going to work on the hands too. Oh, man. Whoa. The Chicago Hammer trying to hold Rikishi for 2, but no good. Forearm. And a clothesline that takes John Van down to the canvas. Rikishi for 2 going to beat it out of town. Here comes Samoa Joe. John Van back on his feet. They lock it up. Joe whip to the far corner. John Van with a right and another. Rebounds off the ropes. And there's that bulldog again. Samoa Joe getting just out of the way of that fist drop one more time. John Van taken down with a clothesline. Joe steps out, and here comes Rikishi again. Maybe a little bit too soon. They lock up. Rikishi catching elbows to the midsection from John Van. Ooh, quick counter from Rikishi. Equally quick counter. And a headbutt from Rikishi for 2. And a super kick that takes John Van down to the canvas. Now he is just dribbling John Van's head like a basketball against the canvas. Rikishi for 2. Rounds up John Van. Has him up. Sets him up for another sidewalk slam. Oh, John Van starting to have a little bit of trouble here. Throat chop. John Van ducks out of the way, but catches a kick and a DDT from Rikishi. Rikishi covers. 1, 2. Well, that was close. Almost had us some new tag team champions. Rikishi for 2. Rounds up John Van. A throat chop again. Oh, man. Rikishi for 2. Got John Van stunned here. John Van counters his way out with elbows to the gut. He locks up Rikishi. Tries for the belly-to-belly, but another headbutt. Rikishi from behind with another headbutt. And just hurls him across town towards his team's corner. John Van gathered up again, and he's bleeding too. Oh, man. A throat chop, a forearm. And now, torturing the arm against those ropes. Rikishi for 2 has taken control of this situation here. And here comes Samoa Joe on the tag, and here we go. We're going to get ourselves a double team. Oh, double knees to the midsection for John Van. Samoa Joe stomps the arm of John Van. John Van counters with a jawjacker. Running close. Whoa, man, took Samoa Joe down, but hard. John Van locks him up. Escorts him to the original's corner, head first into the turnbuckle, hard right hand, and then another. And a forearm. John Van going for that bulldog again. Oh, man. Well, the original's quickly regaining control of this match. And here comes John Van. Boom! Right across Samoa Joe. John Van makes his way out. Here comes Guy Cormier. Samoa Joe's laid out and motionless. Cormier rounds him up, goes for the cover, might as well. 1, 2. Well, shut up. Rikishi for 2 looking on as Samoa Joe gets back to his feet, delivers a chop across and tries for the sweep, but no. Clothesline from Guy Cormier. And now back into this camel clutch submission. Man, Cormier's starting to really rock that Crimson Mask. Here comes Rikishi for 2 to the rescue. Was debating going after John Van, but thought better of it. Samoa Joe with an enziguri takes Guy Cormier down just about center ring. Joe rounds him up. Kick to the midsection from Guy. Joe locks him up again. Up and over the shoulders. Where's this going? Oh, man, just Guy Cormier just hung up on the rope. Cormier quickly back to his feet, takes down Samoa Joe with a shoulder tackle. Cormier. Look at that. Nasty takedown right there. Cover. 1, 2. And again, Rikishi Fatu saving this match for his team. But John Van shows him the door. Whoa! Quick takedown by Samoa Joe. Almost didn't see it happen. Oh man, machine gun shots and a chop. It takes Cormier down. And Samoa Joe going all the way up to the top. Drops an elbow across the chest of Guy Cormier. A stomp to the chest thereafter and a stomp again. Samoa Joe trying to regain control of things here. Look at this, a bow and arrow stretch on Guy Cormier. Referee Walt Rothburn watching it. Here's John Van, said he's seen enough, comes to the rescue. Samoa Joe back to his feet, locks up John Van. Whips Van to the outside, out onto the apron. Samoa Joe rounds up Guy Cormier. Whips Guy to the far corner. Oh, Guy Cormier counters with an elbow. Locks up Samoa Joe. Has him up in the fireman's carry. Knee to the midsection. Oh, Joe definitely felt that one. Cormier quickly rounds him up again. Escorting Samoa Joe to the original's corner. Head first into the buckle goes Joe. Here comes John Van on the tag, and here comes a double team from the originals. Joe whipped to the ropes. And, whoa, look at this. Whoa, that was pretty. Nice job from the O's. Little bit of tag team tandem there, and here we go again with the claw on Samoa Joe. John Van got it locked in pretty good. Here comes Rikishi Fatu. Misses with the kick. The referee says that's enough. It's all done. Samoa Joe is out, and the originals retain the Undisputed World Tag Team Championships by submission. Let's get the official word from Buck Morton.
The time, 12 minutes and 22 seconds. Your winners, and still, our WL Undisputed World Tag Team Champions, the originals.
Well, there you see them, battered, beaten, and bloody. But still, the Undisputed World Tag Team Champions, the originals, defeating Rikishi Fatu and Samoa Joe in their first ever matchup. And wow, what a championship matchup we've had here on Snarl.
So hey, for once, everybody guessed right. Let's give ourselves a pat on the back, gentlemen.
And that puts the stronghold at 3 for 3 on the night. And you just better believe there's gonna be some major celebrating going on after tonight's show.
Alright guys, that was fun. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get to the garage and get out of here before the traffic starts.
Thanks, Myron Schimmelman, for the insight into this one. And we'll see you soon. The originals doing what they do so well, defending the RWL Undisputed World Tag Team Championships. And yeah, the Stronghold totally has every right to party after a night like this.
Damn straight they do. All right, folks, the Legends World title on the line. The Ultimate Warrior defending against Mr. Perfect when we come back. All right, gang, the principals for tonight's main event already in the ring. As the RWL Legends World Championship is defended for the first time by the new champion, the Ultimate Warrior, going up against Mr. Perfect.
His first title defense.
Tonight's Snarl main event is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the RWL Legends World Championship. Introducing first, accompanied by Bobby the Brain Heenan from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing 234 pounds, Mr. Perfect.
Hey, well, I'll bet you a can of pop Bobby the Brain Heenan does not cheat in this match.
Nope, loser buys dinner.
You're on.
His opponent from parts unknown, weighing 285 pounds, the RWL Legends World Champion, the Ultimate Warrior. A serious first title defense for the Warrior, who's been on a roll since taking the belt from Stone Cold at Coliseum Games. And whether this main event happened back home or here in Japan during this tour, he can't afford to look weak by dropping the belt to Mr. Perfect.
And I don't think he will, GB. Legends World Champions like Mr. Wrestling 2 and Stone Cold have held on to that belt for a real long time, and I don't think the Warrior's gonna break the tradition. And besides, if the Warrior performs as well as he has been doing in his non-title matches, this ain't gonna be an issue. Alright. Referee Willie Johnson rings the bell. The Warrior charges, fails to connect with the shoulder tackle. Mr. Perfect rounds him up and lays an arm breaker on him. Parlays that into an arm bar. Bobby Heenan smiling ear to ear, knowing that the Legends World Championship's just one pinfall or submission away. Rolling elbow. Missed it. Ultimate Warrior rolling out of the way of that one. Shoulder tackle. Nailed Perfect that time. Warrior raining right hands on the head of Mr. Perfect. The Warrior moves in again. Mr. Perfect counters with a shot to the midsection. Locks up the Ultimate Warrior. Knee to the midsection from the Warrior. They lock up again. Another knee to the midsection. The Ultimate Warrior whips Mr. Perfect to the ropes. And a big boot to the face. Down goes Mr. Perfect. And oh man, slams the arm. The Ultimate Warrior quickly rounding up Mr. Perfect and into a running Oklahoma slam right there. Running power slam. The Ultimate Warrior. Oh, here we go. Going lefts and rights on the head of Mr. Perfect. The Ultimate Warrior, high energy all the way as usual this evening. Oh, how about this right here? Mr. Perfect counters. Both men on the outside. No, not anymore. Ultimate Warrior rolled back in by Mr. Perfect. Ultimate Warrior countered by Mr. Perfect. Oh, man, swing and a miss from the Ultimate Warrior, and whoa. Drop toe hold and into a leg lock from Mr. Perfect. Ultimate Warrior powering his way out. Couple of hard rights, and well, that just about did it for Mr. Perfect. I think he just split him open too. Running clothesline. Down goes Mr. Perfect again. The Warrior going for a quick pin here. One. And just about a one. Mr. Perfect on his way out pretty quick. Hard overhand right from the Ultimate Warrior. Perfect. Rounded up again. They lock it up. Oh, here we go. Try for the military press. Mr. Perfect quick with the counter. A couple of hard shots. Ultimate Warrior counters with an elbow kick to the midsection from Mr. Perfect. They lock it up again. Oh, man, tried to move the Warrior and said, no, can't do it. Ultimate Warrior, belly-to-belly suplex. Now goes Mr. Perfect center ring. And here we go again. The Ultimate Warrior. Hard rights and lefts across the head of Mr. Perfect. The Perfect one in a heap of trouble from the word go here. The Ultimate Warrior. Just absolutely all the way up to the top rope. Mr. Perfect slowly making his way to his feet. Here comes the Warrior. Double axe handle right across the head on target. Bobby Heenan pleading his case to the Ultimate Warrior. Here comes Mr. Perfect. And the distraction works its arm. Neckbreaker, but whoa, Mr. Warrior steps on back outside. Clothesline takes Mr. Perfect down. Bobby Heenan beating it the hell out of here. Oh, man, look at this wraparound DDT from Mr. Perfect. Bobby Heenan. Ultimate Warrior rolled back inside. And Ultimate Warrior says, nope, I'm coming right back out. Mr. Perfect. Can't believe it. Look at this. Wow. Nice suplex from Mr. Perfect on the outside. Ultimate Warrior rolls to his feet. Shoulder tackle takes Mr. Perfect down. The referee is counting. Mr. Perfect. Up and down he goes face first into the mats. Ultimate Warrior rounds Perfect up by his hair. Got him by the mullet. Ultimate Warrior rounds Perfect up again. Rolls him on back inside. Bobby Heenan does not look pleased anymore. Ultimate Warrior stomped to the back of Mr. Perfect. And again got him by the mullet. Pitches him across towards the far corner. Ultimate Warrior has been just 100% stomped to the arm of Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect spun around by a hard right. Mr. Perfect counters with an elbow. They lock up. Knee to the midsection. Ultimate Warrior countered Mr. Perfect. Whoa, slam face first down into the mats. Oh, look at this. Mr. Perfect then seated into the corner. And an alley-oop assist out of the corner from the Ultimate Warrior. Oh, man. He has just been on fire. The Ultimate Warrior, with Mr. Perfect just about where he wants him. Rebound off the ropes, and there it is. The ultimate splash. Could be the end right here. Warrior covers. Referee says, no, afraid not. Just a little bit off. Ultimate Warrior charges. Perfect goes around. German suplex. Nicely done by the Perfect one. Ultimate Warrior back to his feet. Mr. Perfect sets him up. There's the old man Fisherman Buster. And Perfect is bleeding. Stomp to the head of the Ultimate Warrior. And here we go. Mr. Perfect winding him up into the crossface. Referee Willie Johnson says, no, it's all right. Looks like he's going to power his way out. And yes, he does. Ultimate Warrior. Hard right hand to the head of Mr. Perfect. Warrior charges Mr. Perfect. locks him up, goes behind. Another German suplex from the Perfect one. Mr. Perfect definitely trying to put out the Ultimate Warrior's fire here. Goes all the way up to the top rope. And here we go. Whoa! Nailed him with a clothesline from 10 feet up. And the Ultimate Warrior looked like he might have felt that one knee to the head from Mr. Perfect. And an elbow to the head from Mr. Perfect. Ultimate Warrior starting to look like he's having some problems. Mr. Perfect rounds him up. Oh man, dropped him or something. Ultimate Warrior catches a knee to the midsection from Mr. Perfect. Ultimate Warrior, knee to the midsection. Oh, slammed into the barricades, goes for the Perfect one. Ultimate Warrior with a right to the head. Ultimate Warrior with bad intentions here. Oh man, right across the ballot. Oh, and a boot to the head too. Mr. Perfect losing control of this one again. Regains the barricade one more time. Ultimate Warrior into the ring steps goes Mr. Perfect. Man, he is just going wild. Kick to the midsection. Perfect pitches him right into the 11. Mr. Perfect rounds him up again. This one's insane. Look at this. Suplex out there on the floor. The referee counting the whole time this has been going on. Perfect steps over the ring steps. Rounds up the Ultimate Warrior. Locks him up. Into the ring steps for the Ultimate Warrior too. Ultimate Warrior slams Perfect face first into the floor. Gathers him up again. Locks him up one more time. And look at this. Oh man, knee to the midsection. Warrior rounds him up and he's running out of time. And he knows it. Ultimate Warrior making his way back inside the ring, sauntering around as Willie Johnson continues to count on a completely messed up Mr. Perfect. Well, it's too late now. Ultimate Warrior wins by countout.
7 minutes and 19 seconds. Referee Willis Johnson has counted out Mr. Perfect. Your winner by countout is the Legends World Champion, the Ultimate Warrior.
Well, I suppose a win is a win by any means, especially when you're retaining the title, and the Ultimate Warrior just succeeded in his first title defense. Simply beating the tar out of Mr. Perfect and then leaving him on the outside to dry while the referee counted.
Well, Tex, looks like dinner is on you, my good man. Ultimate Warrior with this brutal and relentless display in our main event, just about decimating the Perfect one to the absolute horror of Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Where's the Warrior get that boundless kinetic energy from? All he needs to do is perform like that at every match, and he'll be champ for a long, long time.
All right, as always, fans and fam, thank you for being with us and for following our WL. That's gonna do it for us this week, and Snarl will return next Saturday, February 22nd, as the RWL Japan 5-Star Tour continues. And be sure to stick around, because up next, Wednesday, February 19th, for tour stop number 3 with RWL Rage. For all of us here at Snarl, Wally Cardell saying thanks, good night, and be safe.